He's got this hat on. Where are you in a upstairs loft or something? What is it?
Nah.
All those windows. My God.
You like that? You like
Yeah,
that?
you're like a loft in Jersey City or something, man.
Nah. It
How'd you
looks
do
like
with
it.
your deal? What's happening?
I got a deal for you here, man.
How'd you do with your deal from last week?
Well, it's still going. It's still going through.
Still going
Uh,
through. Did you go out and start sending out contracts to everybody I told you to do?
yeah, I got
Yeah,
a
how many?
I got a buyer.
Got a buyer. Now all you need is a seller.
I got a buyer for that, and then I'm sending the paperwork to the title company.
Cool. Very good. Very good. So
Oh,
what's
so
going
you got it
on?
all tied up both sides.
I got it tied up to both sides, Justin.
Hey, let's not talk about it no more, man. I don't want to jinx you.
That same house in Jersey?
The same house, yeah. Now I'm
Good,
just waiting.
good, good.
I
Done.
wanna see the check, man, so we can ring the bell.
Don't forget
Yeah.
our part. Just don't forget us now.
Let's not talk about
Gotcha.
checks.
But I got another one here, Steve, that I want to ask you about.
What do you got? Shoot. Hervac, what's up, man?
Hey, congratulations, Mag.
Thank you, brother.
I'm not gonna ring the bell until you get some.
Don't
money.
do it yet. It's bad
I
luck.
wanna get the money.
I ain't gonna do it, man.
But
What do you got,
thi-
Meg?
all right, so let me show you what I got. I want to share my screen with you because this lady, I followed up with her a couple of I followed up with her. When was it? A couple of months ago, and she wasn't interested, and now she is. You see, but the price that she's giving me is out of the ordinary. You see it?
What does she want?
No. You see here the property?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, I pitched her, how much does she want? And then she came to 90, 97. And the reason why she's selling is because, she builds houses, but she got multiple things on the contract right now, and she doesn't have the time, and she wants to let it go.
Good. She
But-
owned this house. You check it out. Make sure her name's on the deed.
Yeah, I checked. Everything is good.
It's
She
not
bought it
listed with a broker right now.
No. And she wants to get rid of it. But the thing is, the price don't make sense. You know what I mean, for this property.
Yeah.
So
well,
the 97,000, I was like, and then I went there and
What's
I
it worth?
checked it.
What's it worth?
It's worth about 250.
Well,
So why
I'm
won't that
lost,
work?
man. Yeah, I'm confused now.
Yeah. So basically, what happens is, if I put this on the contract for 97, okay, there's like a full gut rehab here. If you see it, look, the property is like really
Okay.
bad, right?
Okay.
Full gut. We're talking about 100, something like that. I don't know, 120 probably.
What's let's say what's $60 a square foot? That'd be out. You're like you could build a new house practically in normal times for that, right? But like
you
what?
can't even buy supplies for that now.
But like what would that be? Like is that just a ballpark something here?
So
It's 1,300 square feet.
1,300 times 60. What's that? Somebody?
times 60, it's about 78,000.
Okay, I still don't see the issue. You know? Do you?
So the issue here is, okay, if we get 250, I mean, that's what I did. At least that times 0.70, it's about 175, right? Or 70%. And then we got to take repairs and stuff. Let's say, minus 75 or minus 75,000. It's about 100 grand. I got on the contract for 97. So it leaves me off with 3 grand. You see what I'm
You're
saying?
not fixing it. You're not fixing it.
No, I know I'm not fixing it,
So
but
don't worry about it.
for me to put it on the contract for 97, I wanted to make 10 or whatever, 5,
Oh,
so I can.
how long has the house been empty?
It's been empty for a while.
Okay, so she's asking 97. So
Can
put it under contract for 97 with a nice long due diligence, claim on there. She knows you're going to resell the house.
Yeah.
Make
Give me
sure
this-
your contract. Make sure your contract's absolute. You're not sharing it with any. In other words, she's got to stick with you. And that. Just do it. And the worst comes to worst, you can always go back to the well and renegotiate. If
Yeah.
you can't go, you can't do it, then move on.
Yeah.
Mm.
Give me
Just
that problem
another-
every day.
This is another piece of inventory on your shelf. Do
Right,
it.
because
And you're
as
going
you
to
see-
advertise this house to landlords.
she tried to actually, put it on the market and stuff, and she removed it a couple of times.
How long has she owned it?
For a long time. Let me see. She owned this thing. It doesn't say here, but 2017. I
No,
think
you
right
can't
here
go
she
by
bought
that.
it.
You don't know if this thing got sold or whatever it is before all that.
Yeah.
So she's got it here for 94.5 or something like that, right? Go up to the top. 109. 94.9. So that's what you're giving her for, 94.9. Just contract it. Don't worry
She wa-
about it.
worry
Subject to
about it?
just, yeah, if you don't, subject to funding, subject to, your girlfriend, your youngest child not ever getting a cold, whatever.
Yeah.
Put something on it for a weasel clause.
It looks
And
like
tell them you need 90 days due diligence and let her talk you back. This house isn't going anywhere right now anyways, in the middle of the winter.
Okay. So, what creative deal I could do out of this? I
You're
was
just gonna
thinking
flip
about.
it. I wouldn't
wholesale
get-
cash.
The house needs
Yeah.
a lot of work,
Mhm.
and it's been for sale on the market for a while. I would say just get it under contract and look to flip it. That's all. Maybe you wind up giving a 90 and you sell it for 100, you make 10. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't get involved doing financing or anything on that turd.
No.
So
No.
it's too much work.
I see what you're doing though here, Mag. I see you. Yeah.
It's
Coming
good.
at us with this home run looking deal and acting all cautious. I see where you're at with that.
No, that's
I
not
like-
it.
I like your style. Bold strategy, man.
When you put this up on the market, talk to some realtors that are in the area.
Yeah.
Get the guys or go right around. You can get on PropStream, go all the way around the 2 mile area. Look who's paying cash for those houses in the last 6 months.
Okay.
And those are the guys you can market to right away. Right away.
Right.
Tell them, I got a property for sale. The issue is going to be they're probably not going to want to pay you more than what the inventory price said there, the 94.5. So you're going to have to beat them up some, but you'll see. You'll see. You don't have any, so ask 130 for it. You can always go down.
Make your best offer.
Yeah, make your best. Yeah, come on. Start somewhere, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Rob Harron. How you doing, Rob? You're on mute.
Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Hey,
Welcome.
yeah.
2 in a row, Justin.
Hey. Hey, that's
So,
good.
so Mag, get it under contract. Don't worry, just get the guy, get the person tied down. You can go back and renegotiate if you have to. And I have a hunch you're gonna have to.
Okay.
If you don't
Somebody
want,
comes around and they offer you 95,000, which is all you. So you go back to your seller, see if you can get it for 85 or 80 or whatever number you can get it for.
if
You
you
got
don't want
nothing to
to,
lose and all to gain. All you're doing is pushing paper around. Don't do a damn thing at that house. They're gonna let you put some signs on the property?
No,
No,
they don't want you. They don't want me to put sides on the property. No, no sides.
no signs. Okay, well, then it's all electronic. Go to work. You can put a sign a block
Yeah.
away.
if you don't want that one, I'll take it, man.
Ooh.
It looks good.
Damn,
good.
damn, Justin.
You need to get on
Excuse
that
me,
one,
this
bro.
is not your show, pal. Turn him off. Turn this guy off.
You want me to turn Mag off? Okay.
No, turn you off.
Hey, man, this is
Holy
beer
You
with
don't
Steve.
even know where New Jersey is. Be quiet, Justin.
No, you're right. That's the magic of it all.
That's the magic of it all. How hard did I hit that wall with my head? What? Yeah. All right, Mag. What else you got,
You
man?
I don't know. You hit it so hard you knocked your mustache off.
Oh, that's me. Thank you very much.
Looks good. It looks good, Coach Steve.
Yeah. Okay. You're number one too.
I
Anything
love
else,
you.
Mag?
No, that's it. I mean, I got this cooking, so I'm gonna talk to her
Get
and
it
see what
done.
happens.
Get it done. All right. Hervek, what's happening, man? What's going on, brother?
Everything is good. I see you got down to Miami, came back looking a little younger.
Yeah, well, what can I tell you?
Got down to
That's
South
what-
Florida. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm in Kissimmee right now.
Okay.
Getting a roof done on a house in Fort Myers. I'm gonna race down there in the morning, make sure that's all going well, and I'm gonna drive back to Kissimmee tomorrow night.
Did you go to Meekham's auction and score some
And
classic car?
I
Nice.
wanted to go, but I didn't go. That stuff was bringing so much stupid money.
67 vet for 500K.
Yeah, well, that was only the beginnings of it. I mean, there were just cars. The average car was about 40% over, and some of the stuff was doing 3-4 times what the average car was bringing a year ago. That's just nuts.
Hey, well, is there an opportunity, we could take our ninja skills in real estate and, buy low, sell high on classic cars? Call
spent
up
40 years
people
in
and
the
ask if they got
automobile
anything in their
business.
garage?
I spent 40 years in the automobile business. What do you want to know? Something in
You
the
know how I
garage?
can buy
Ooh, I
that
like
Corvette for like 200 grand that sold for 500 grand. Help me.
You gotta get outside and buy them off the street. Willing to do some work on them.
Hey,
You know
I don't
what
want
they
to go
do with
down the
these
rabbit hole.
drive-bys? With these people that drive around looking at houses all day long. You
Yeah.
put ads in the paper. I buy old cars out of garages and all that. I got a friend of mine does that. This guy flies all over the country, and he's making a living, but it ain't a great living for all the time he's putting into it.
Hey, I
so-
didn't mean to take you down a rabbit hole. Let's get back on track.
Thank you. No rabbit holes here. This is alcohol
Ah,
optional. We
we
go
like
where we want
those.
to go.
We like those rabbit holes.
So Hervik, what's going on, man? What's happening?
I got a deal that I've been working on for a little while, and I spoke with the seller today. I may have gotten a price reduction. I'm not sure, but it's a house that sits on 6.88 acres, and then there's an extra acre that's connected, but it's a different part. It's a different parcel altogether.
That's good.
And originally, I had it under contract for $395, and I found out that part of that 6.88 acres is in a floodplain, so you can't build as many houses as we were thinking. And
Right.
so I told him that I'm willing to give him $140 for the house and $140 for all the land. And he said he'd go back and speak with his parents about it. But yeah, I told him I'd pay for the survey on that house to get it cut out of all the land, the 6.8 acres. And but those are my prices. So he said in a couple of days he'll get back to me.
You're gonna sell a finance? Are you paying cash, or what are you doing?
Originally, I was trying to sell or finance, but I'm just gonna look to sign this deal. I got a couple people that would be interested in it, so I'm just gonna look to sign it.
Look to sell the house with the property and keep the lot. Sell a lot. See if you can sell a lot separately. If it's a separate number, you should.
Well, the house is sitting on 6.8, and then the other parcel is just another extra acre, is all.
It's okay.
But yeah, the other extra acre is actually the part that faces the street, the main street. So
Anybody building new houses in the area there?
yeah, I did see some new builders.
Then that
Yeah.
lot's worth money.
I think that it's
Decent
worth.
area.
Yeah, it's a decent area. It's right outside of that.
Then hold the lot. Wholesale the property. Hold the lot and sell. I'm just saying, hold the lot separately.
I have to pay 140 for the land, 140 for the house. So
So
You
once
know,
you get it, split it. It's just a separate lot. You can split it. You don't need
I
to do
could-
anything special.
I just have to hold on to it. I'd have to go get financing for that, and then hold on to it while I turn around and sell it.
Well, you know what you could do is why don't you? Is anybody living in this house right now?
Yeah, both parents are living there, and one of the sons that's taking care of the parents. They're a little older.
Do they need the money?
They need the money because they have an $80,000 loan on the property, and they're going to be looking to move somewhere else, with less maintenance, kind of like a adult community kind of thing,
Yeah.
or 55 and older. I'm sorry.
Well, you know what you could do is you made him the cash offer, right? You can make him a finance offer and give him some money up front. if you could take that property, that separate lot, and separate that, let them release that, and that'll give you some cash to go for the down payment. You sell that, put that into your deal, right? And then tell them, give them some more money for it. You asked that you're going to give them what, 280 or something like that.
280 in total.
So tell them you give them $300,000 if they hold the notes for 5 years. And if you cash in, you'll probably cash them out before that. But this saves you going to the bank. It saves all the pressure, right? And you give them, whatever you can get for this lot next door is going to be your downstroke.
The thing is that they have a loan on the house for 80 grand.
Good. So you
I
take it
guess-
subject to. Did they lien all the properties?
Not sure about that, but at least the house sits on the bigger portion of the land, which is the 6.8 acres. They have the loan for 80 grand. They want to, kind of get that out of the way, and they also need a couple of dollars to make the transition because they were looking to buy the new place.
You can assume the 80. So, I mean, you got $280,000 there. So that you're in the middle of. You could assume the 280. You can get them to release at the contract. If you get them to release that one lot with no liens on it, no mortgages on it. If it's not, this is contingent on seeing what the bank's probably done. The bank probably leaned it. So, you know me. I like seller financing. I don't like it or bringing in private money.
Yeah, I'm thinking, like you said, probably the bank, put the mortgage or the lien against the whole 6.8 acres. But I was wondering if, being that they have a mortgage on it, could I just cut out the house? We were talking about 20,000.
Not if it's got a mortgage on it.
Gotcha.
Go take the section lot and block. Go on PropStream. It might even show you on it.
Yeah, I've had it up on PropStream. I'm going to look at it right now.
But
Actually,
see if you can put in that separate, section lot and block, however it is they do it, and see if if it tells you on there that that's a separate piece of business. If it is, you're in the driver's seat. You got more options. If it's locked up already, the bank's not going to release it by itself.
Yeah.
Highly unlikely.
I put in the property address, and it shows the mortgage on there, and on the property address it shows the lot size, 6 acres.
Okay, so that's the first lot. You saying that you already got 6 acres the house is sitting on, plus the side lot or whatever you call it. So
Yeah,
that might not be.
Mhm.
What's that?
No, I think the side lot is 1.8 because I'm in total it's 7.8. So the other lot must be the one that's 1.8.
So it might not be listed there then. It says 6 acres, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, the other 1.8 is probably not. There's
Is
probably
there a
not
different house? Is there a different property number for it? Like this might be the house might be number 105. Is there a separate lot number for it?
Yeah,
House number?
The house is 980, and the other, the 1.8, the smaller lot is 1030.
So type in 980 and see what comes up.
Well, 980 is where the house sits, and that shows the mortgage. But I'm gonna put 1030 now and see.
Okay, I was backwards like usual.
Yeah. So 1030 South Gordon, and no, it doesn't. Hold on. Nope, there's no mortgage on that one. No, that one's up on free and clear. Seems like.
Well, you want to ask, you want to find out, because if they can release that at the, on or before the time, they're going to release it at the time of sale, you can flip that contract. You can flip that property, and that'll give you the downstroke you need to give them some money over and above what you're buying a property subject to. Might not be a lot. Maybe it's 5-10 grand. I don't know,
Yeah.
Or that's another thing. Or you just bring in a private lender and make up the difference. There's a lot of green grass between $80,000 owed on a property and $280,000. That's the sale price. So you got $200,000 there to play with. So nothing's to say. Even if you just go out and hock it up to $140,000, you got $60,000 over and above your first mortgage. So you can bring in a private lender for 50 cents on a dollar, put them in for a second, and hold that number, and just bring them in for a short period. Bring them in for a year or two.
Well, turn around.
Or what do you want to do with this property? You want to keep it? You want to flip it?
if I was gonna, I mean, I've played with the idea of thinking of keeping the house to rent it. It's in decent, it's pretty good shape.
Yeah.
Thinking I could probably rent it.
Rent it for a year, rent it for a year under a lease option. And then whether at the end of the 12 months, the guy's got his shit to get off the pot, put somebody, if you have to put somebody else new in there, collect another down payment, right? The way this market's going, it's probably gonna be worth even more money, who knows, right? If it doesn't turn by then, and you sell or finance it and collect the money every month.
Mhm.
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I was playing with it a little bit. You know, I offered them, I thought that I could probably get that 1.8 acres sold for the 80 grand that they needed. So I was like, all right, well, I'll give you 80 grand and seller finance me the rest. And they liked the idea at 395. But when I discussed 280 with them earlier, he's thinking cash. But let's see what they come back with. He said he'll get back to me.
No, the banks are very, very scared about floodplains. I talked to 2 banks yesterday, and they don't want anything to do with this property because of the low level of the low lying floodplain.
Yeah.
So, listen, put on your hat and make it happen.
Copy that.
What else? Give them more money and let them hold the whole damn thing. Remember now, we buy and we buy and we take title, we take all. When we sell on contract. We don't, because we're gonna wrap it with that first mortgage. So you want to keep control. You're not gonna do a regular mortgage and deed with these people. You're gonna sell it on a contract for deed or a land contract.
Gotcha.
Your name stays on the property anyway. You can assign your rights, I believe, for them taking the tax deductions and so they can homestead it. You can do all that in your agreement. But we buy on contract with deeds and mortgages, and we sell with land contracts when you're doing subject twos.
We sell with land contracts.
Excuse me?
You said we sell with land contracts.
Yeah, we sell with land contracts when you're doing subject twos. Yeah, you want to make sure that nothing underlying changes, and if it does, you still own the property on paper until they cash you out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only way I would do. I handle them. So
because it makes it easier to take it back if I need to.
Well, if there's underlying debt on the property, you can still shovel that stuff around. You can go out and refinance it, even though it's on a contract for deed. As long as you don't bring in more debt than what's owed, you're fine. So let's talk about it for a second. All right. You got a $300,000 house that's got $100,000 balance on a mortgage. So you're 3-for-1 deal there. You want to sell this house for $350,000. You're going to wrap the first mortgage.
Let me write this down, Coach Steve.
Holy, good grief.
What do you think about that?
And Steve, what contract are we buying it under when we're buying it, or when we're getting control of it?
You're just buying on the regular contract for a regular bill of sale. You're gonna buy it. You're gonna buy it, and hopefully you're gonna wrap the mortgage that's there. You're gonna get mortgages and all. So you're buying. Let's say this is a $300,000 house. So put $300,000 there.
And I submit a regular purchase and sale agreement.
Yeah, that's it. You're just buying a house, right? Now this guy here has $100,000 first mortgage on the property with XYZ Bank. You're going to buy this property subject to that $100,000 mortgage. Let's just play for a second and say you're not going to bring in any other private money. You're not going to do anything. You're going to keep this nice and simple. You're actually going to put $200,000 out of your pocket to make this happen, just to keep this simple for a second. Follow the theory. All right.
Okay.
All right. So the $200,000 difference you're going to pay in cash right this minute. So put that down, $200,000 down. So now we bought this house. The bank has the first mortgage. That's it. You're done, right? You want to turn around and sell this house now. So now when you sell it, you're going to sell it on a land contract. All right. Or a contract for deed or whatever, or bond for title. They got all kinds of fancy names for this crap. It's all the same thing. What happens is your seller, it's like a car sale. you don't get a deed, you don't get the title to your car until you pay it off.
Just paid
Same
off.
thing here. They're not going to get the deed to the property until they pay it off. So that now the property remains in your name. All right. You have an agreement with them. And everything that happens with them is going to be subject to that agreement. So now you have a $200,000 balance left in your cash. Let's say you go ahead. Let's not worry about the 200,000 for a minute. You're going to go and sell a house for 350. And let's say you get $20,000 down. So you're going to write a new, you're going to write up a contract for deed or more, whatever, for a sale price at 350 with $20,000 down. That's going to amortize at over 30 years at 10% interest. There you go. So now what happens to all this? The bank doesn't know anything about the person that's in this deal on a land contract. The bank doesn't know anything about them, and they shouldn't. You should be controlling the ball. You're still in the driver's seat. So you control everything. You're making the payments to the bank or your trust, whatever, is taking care of all that. Now, if you didn't do it this way and you wrote a second mortgage and you wrapped it, all right, guys, this is all theory. I'm not an attorney. Let's say you wrap this thing. I wrapped the first mortgage. I put a $200,000 second, whatever you decide to do. And what do you do 6 years down the road when the first mortgage, the bank that's holding the first mortgage comes out of air and says either they want to get paid or something happened with the seller or the old seller. He can't get a mortgage on his house and he's jumping up and down. All right. If you sold that house and you don't have any more connections to it, you can't take out that first mortgage. If you got a contract for deed and this guy's jumping up and down, if I had to, I could pay the damn thing off. Or I could put a new debtor in there and take over that mortgage. There's a lot you can do. All right. Because you're in the driver's seat. You still own the house. You control the debt. If you don't control the debt and this deed now is in Mr. Jones' name, you're out of luck. You can't do that. You're on your hands are tied. So that's why you want to control all these. And it's a simple control. When you're going to have someone making payments to you, you want to be the guy that's in control. I don't want to wait and they're going to promise me they're going to mail. No. I want to know that I've got a way around this thing. If they don't pay, they can't play. They don't pay, they sure as shit can't stay. So that's the way I would do these things with you. That's the way I suggest. And that's without talking about doing a trust, without all of that. This is just the bare bones, just so you understand how I put it together. You could also do a contract, the same land contract with your seller right now. But I wouldn't do that because you're not in control. You're still letting this guy be in control. And all you got is a couple of page agreement. Don't do that. When you buy with deeds. That's it, deeds, mortgages, whatever. When you sell on contract.
Land contract.
Yep. All right.
Got it. Yep.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Got it. It's all good stuff. You coming across a lot of subject twos at all?
Not me, no. I haven't really been on marketing to pre-foreclosures.
You don't need pre-foreclosures.
You're right, but
shop around, look, run a. You're in a whole different area. Look for properties that either have low equity. The person's got a house for 2, 3, 4 years, and when they bought that house, they got a real decent interest rate on it, probably. And that's the house I want to buy because it should cash flow. All right, and it should cash flow pretty damn good, and it'll be a relatively new house that shouldn't need a lot of work. And these will be people that are having problems that you can help out.
Usually, it's probably their secondary house or an investment property.
It could be their primary house. They just went all in. They bought this house, and now they're in over their head.
Not quite in pre-foreclosure yet, but probably.
They might have to go into foreclosure. These, not everybody that's having financial issues. They, if the guy's making say $5,000 a month, him and his wife, and the mortgage on the house is $2,000, no matter what, they can still scrape together the $2,000, but it could be a hardship because they got all these kids, they got health insurance. Sooner or later, they got to feed these kids. There's more. There's notes on cars, so the money flies out the window. So the best, and they're always near going into foreclosure, but they'd like to reduce their debt. And there's a lot of people out there that are like that. You don't have to go after pre-foreclosures. You go after low equity. You go after high equity. You go after middle equity. All you need is people that are financed and say, and offer them. You can offer them all kinds of money. You can offer them more than the house is worth. Just put that on the back end as a third note or something like that. We've gone through that on it. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Just put a 30-year mortgage on it.
Well, yeah. Well, you make that. If you owe the guys, let's say $50,000, you gave him extra money on it, whatever it is, and cost money and what it's worth over a time period gets worth less and less. So if you give the guy a balloon for say 15 years, he's knocking on your door in 3 or 4 years, looking to see what kind of deal he can get, and you're going to buy that note for a fraction. So all it does, the only thing I've ever seen when I've done balloon notes is it opens the door to further negotiations to negotiate your original sale price. That's what it does. I've never had one go all the way out to fruition, all the way out to the end. Never. They all come, and I encourage it. Even if I got to borrow money against the property, because I'm going to buy. If I'm buying $100,000 note for $40,000, what the hell, man? I'll pay the $40,000, and I'll give them 8% interest and take $60,000 off the top every day of the week.
Yeah.
All right, Hervik, what else you got, brother?
No, let somebody else go. I don't want to take up the whole. So
we got slim pickings here tonight.
Every time you talk about that, Coach Steve, it reminds me of that JG Wentworth. Call 1-800-877-CASH-NOW if you have a structured settlement.
That's all it is. All you're doing is buying income strips of income.
Yeah, at discounted rates, I guess. Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I put together a seller finance deal with a seller. All right. And we're at the closing table and we sell a mortgage right there to an investor. So I overpay on a house an extra $25,000. There's the discount. This guy's happy as a pig in shit. He already did all his underwriting. He shows up at the closing. Here's your mortgage. Here's the cash. Boom. And now it's done. Now my seller gets his money and I got my mortgage and everybody's happy. And I turn around, wrap that and sell that damn thing. So there's other ways to do. You don't have to pay somebody cash. If the deal's good enough, you could create a mortgage on the property and sell a mortgage at the closing, or bring a buyer in, swoop the money around. But that's another way to do it. There's a million ways to skin a cat. Now everybody's confused.
No.
What's his name there? Mitch Stevens. For years, he was doing hundreds and hundreds of houses, and every time he turned around, he'd sell a contract right at the closing table. Next. He got into seller finance because he turned around one day. The bank closed. Well, it was a subsidiary of Ford Motor Company. I forget whatever the name of the company was. And all of a sudden, he had no place to sell his paper. And I think he said he had like 50 houses. So he scratched his head for a few days. He goes, well, these banks can do this. Why can't I do this? And he turned around and he started doing that. And he never looked back. He's doing, he's done well, done really well, So God bless him. Anyways, so what else we got, boys? Rob Harron, what do you got to say?
Good to see you, Rob. I don't know. Maybe he stepped away. Maybe.
Meg and Jason. Meg is my hero.
Away.
We got all the heroes on here tonight. Jason, how you doing with the move? You all set? Mom's all set?
It's all done. I'm out in Texas now.
Wow.
You live in Texas?
No, I'm just out here visiting. Laura's oldest daughter just had a grandchild, and we're
Wow. Well, you should look at the
Nice.
housing market out there, man. It's hot as a pistol. And
You don't
there's
wanna-
deals that are being made out there, man,
yeah.
all over the place.
Well, I was going to ask you, speaking of subject too. So the house.
You gotta turn your volume up a little bit or something.
Yeah, I know it's a little laptop. Hang on a second. I don't know if that helped or not.
Well, go ahead.
Let me get a little closer. Does that help at all?
Oh, yeah, there you
Sure, a
go.
little bit. That's good.
See you
All
better
right,
too.
good. All right. I don't know if that's good or not, but I'm glad you can hear me better. Hey,
What's up, man?
so the house in Melbourne, Florida that I have, it's a lease option.
Yep.
So, hey, and by the way, I did talk to Matt Jones, talked to him today earlier. Do you know who I'm talking about? The
Matt Jones.
It's Shapiro Law Firm.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Finally. What's he got to say?
Yeah, I was just kind of picking his brain a little bit, and I'm trying to. I can't get the owner to contact me, and it's one of those deals where I send her the money, she pays the mortgage, and I've heard through the grapevine that she might be looking at filing bankruptcy, etc. And I think her life is falling apart in some ways, but I don't know for sure because I can't get
She
her,
making these mortgage payments?
as far as I can tell.
You go, do you have access to going online and looking?
No, I don't. This is
So
one I
as
put
far as you can
together.
tell is you're just hoping.
What's say again?
I said, as far as you can tell, you're hoping. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
it is. So
send her a
I was-
certified letter.
okay.
You know where she lives? Is she far away from you?
Oh yeah, she lives right next door to the property.
Oh, well, you can't find her. You can't reach her.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been able to get her to return any calls. I can definitely send her a letter. I haven't done that yet.
I wouldn't bother. I go over there at 5:30 in the morning, bang on the door.
Well, I don't live in Florida. I live in Virginia Beach. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but
So this house is in Florida.
it's in Florida. It's in Melbourne, Florida.
Okay, and now you don't live in this one.
No, it's rented. I have it rented right now.
Okay,
Yep.
so it's rented right now. How long is your tenants leased for?
They're on a month-to-month now. They
Okay,
were
so what's your buyout for?
151.
It's gotta be worth a lot more than that, probably.
It is. It's worth about right at 200, and that's being
So
conservative.
what did Jones tell you to do?
He said he could put together a subject too, and and that's really what I'd like to do. But I have to get in touch with her to see if she's on board with it, and I'm pretty sure she will be. But just been giving her some time. I knew her. I knew her before we entered into this deal. I didn't just find her. My daughters had rented the house that I lease purchased from her. They
Right.
rented for years, so I know the lady, but I know she's just going through tough times. But I need to at least make sure she's on point with our deal anyway.
You know what the mortgage balance is?
Yeah, it's roughly 89.
It's current too, right?
It was current
He's hoping.
last time I talked to her 3 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah. And
You talked to her, but she's talking about bankruptcy.
I
Or
heard
somebody is.
I heard it through the grapevine. Yeah, somebody that
And
speaks.
so you know what? She might have
Oh,
told you
no.
she's paying it, but don't count on it, pal.
Right. I'm not. So I'm wondering.
That
what-
money comes in the door, it's paying bills.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's why I sent
So
it
now,
to her.
if that happens and she's in default, depending on the agreement that you used, all right, Jason, help me out with this. Depending on the contracts and all that we used, if she goes into default and you have to cure that default, she loses her rights in the property. Or for every dollar you spend, you get $4 of her equity.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's a Claude agreement that I used. Yep.
Boom.
Yep.
Love
Now
Claude.
you ring the bell. Yeah, well, then you should, the person you want to talk to is Claude.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I should just reach out to him tomorrow.
Yeah, give Claude a
Okay.
call and trace, and then just, it's, if you find out she's in default on this agreement, on this thing, is there any mail going to the house, from banks or whatever,
You mean
lawyers, attorneys?
no, you mean to the address? I don't think so. So I can probably find that out as well. So that gives me a couple things to do. Contact Claude and check with I'm pretty tight with the tenants. So they'll tell me if something.
They might be getting notices, they might be. If I'm, let's just say I was a lawyer, I'd want to send it to, if there's 3 addresses, I'll send warrants and notices out to all 3. Why would I want to just send it to one?
Okay.
Because all I'm really looking to do is to get this guy to call or get this guy on track. And now if it is rented and the tenants are getting letters and they're calling the landlord, hey, come on, what's going on? All of a sudden you light a fire under them. If you find out that this property is behind and you've been making the payments, it's fraud. So I don't care, friend or no friend. She's no friend of yours. So
Right.
if you find that out, talk to Claude and see what he says.
Okay.
Do
And
you,
as far as doing a subject to deal, I don't really think you need that law firm.
Okay.
You can use somebody that's probably a lot closer. Grab somebody that's out of area, because using him, he'll get it done for you, but it's going to be attorneys get paid by the page, as they say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he gave me a price. It was $2,000 flat fee. And I said,
Yeah, they like it. That's his favorite number, $2,000.
Yeah. I said, thank you. It was, yeah. I didn't jump on it today. That's for sure.
do you know what kind of bankruptcy she's filing?
I don't know if she's gone. See, I don't know. I don't know for
Yeah.
sure that she's going to do that, but
I'd
I
say
don't know if-
make hay while the sun's shining, man.
yeah. Yeah.
Sun might still be shining, or maybe not. I don't know.
Right.
All right,
Yep.
Jason, anything else?
No, I appreciate that. Yeah. I thought about calling Claude. No, I feel like
His
that's-
contracts, he wrote them.
yeah.
He loves contract law.
All right.
So,
I'll get in touch with him.
all right,
tomorrow.
man. Good
Yeah.
luck to you. Stay in touch. We'll see you next Monday night. Victor, the preacher man, what's going on there, Victor?
Victor.
Victor must be asleep.
What's going on, guys?
There he is. He's out there with
Yeah.
the cows. He's out there milking the cows right now. That's what he's doing.
Out
What's
here,
happening?
out here in this gym,
Yeah?
trying to get my workout in, man.
Boy, oh boy, too
That's
busy
what I
during the day. What's
Yeah,
happening in real
yeah,
estate,
see?
man?
That's awesome. Hey,
What's
that's a
happening in
Planet
real
Fitness,
estate?
Yeah, it's a planet. You can tell with all the purple.
dude. Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
Yeah, it is cool. Same thing that's going on before. Still working on these deals, getting a little bit closer. I think I got some private money. I got a few guys lined up, about 4 or 5 guys that are ready to do some ready to offer up some EMD for me, because I'm going after a bunch of these on market deals. I tell you guys are working with these hedge funds, so a lot of on market deals, having to do EMDs and stuff. But I'm just got about 4 guys that have a bunch of money, and they'll make $500 in a couple of days, or a week or so, and they're good with it.
Oh, it's good for you. It's good for me. How you doing with your storage facility there?
Still putting together I got a guy who's coming, who's supposed to be coming by, but we're snowed under and stuff, so they're not doing a whole bunch of activity over here right now. But I sent him some pictures and stuff and kind of let him know what I was trying to do. And so he's trying to work up a little bit of a, work up rendition for me, see how much he thinks it's going to take to put the current facility in order, before we start even looking at trying to break ground on, you know, the new build portion. I think that's probably a few months out.
Did you get a hold of that young lady for the
I did.
the trainer? Okay, did she give you any value?
She did. She did.
Good.
Yeah, her and
Good.
I actually had a conversation. She turned me on to some training material and some resources.
Tell you, just go look at those trade magazines for that business. They're huge. They're all over the place. I mean,
You know what?
they got
You know
guys in there
what?
from all over the country doing financing, doing building, doing software. I looked at this. I saw it a couple of years ago. I was pretty awesome. I was pretty amazed, but that's not the market I'm in. So
Is that let me see, trade journals. Is that a Google search?
yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, because I don't know where else to start. You know, I
Yeah,
always
you
go to
start there.
Google. Always go to Google first.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's really good because I totally spaced on the trade journal thing. But yeah, that's where they'll be all listed.
You'll find companies in there that'll do a bottom up build. They'll come in as a consultant. You'll
Yeah.
find companies there that are loaning money really cheap on these facilities, but you got to have a full workup done. You know, that's when you get the whole thing done. You hand it to them on a platter and say, "All right, I'm done. Who wants to buy it?"
Yeah, and I'm in that process right now. But right now, honestly, I don't have the budget to go out to get all that done because that's going to be out of pocket with a back end return. So
No. They all come in as partners.
Tell me why no.
They all come in
Okay.
as partners. Your
Right,
architect,
they'll come in
your
as partners,
architect.
but I still have to do like the survey and the plan and everything on my own, right? Or
No,
you think that they'll help me with that?
no. Architect, engineer, they're the ones that are going to do the draw up. They're the ones that are going to pay for it, not you.
Okay.
But they got to be
Okay.
sold on the fact that this is really going to happen. You're not just sitting there spinning your wheels, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, you tell them, listen, I might build this, I might not. If I don't build it, I'm going to sell the entire damn thing. And you can say, listen, instead of giving you 10%, I'll give you 15%. Well, whatever it is you work out with them, you know what I mean? You might have to grease the wheel a little bit more, but they want to make sure you're for real. But that stuff you don't lay out money for.
Okay.
You know, you don't pay.
Yeah,
You don't
I
pay.
was-
That.
I
You
was-
might have
I
to
was
pay
under
for
the-
the permits. Or
Yeah, I
whatever.
was under the impression I would have to do the front end stuff, including the survey and the permits and everything.
Nah,
No?
I don't think so. Nah.
Okay.
You know, if you bring in if you bring in an architect and an engineer, they might say, well, listen, you know, there's going to be $5,000 or whatever the number is in disbursements, you know, over and above for permits and this and that. And you might wind up having to pay that to them.
Okay.
I think he's wrestling
All
with
right.
somebody. I don't know. Okay. He's back.
No, I had to get a set in. You guys will make me lose my mojo.
All right, man.
Looking
Yeah,
good,
gotta
Coach
get that
Victor.
set
Looking
up.
good, man. Looking strong.
Yeah, man. Yeah, lost another 4 pounds this week. So I'm
Dang.
excited.
That's good, bro. You're an
Good for
inspiration
you.
to
Good
us
for you.
all.
Well, you lost, I found. So just want to let you know. I found it.
Right. I know where it's at now, right?
Oh, yeah, it's right here. Here it is, right here.
You can have it back if you want
Yeah.
it.
Right. Here it is. Yeah.
Good Lord, I'm looking at myself on camera. Oh my God.
Hey, Coach Victor.
Hey, what's up?
A quick question.
Yeah.
What is the name of the website that we go send people out to take pictures of the houses?
Oh, damn. Hold on a second. Let me pull it up.
Velocity.
Velocity, REO.
That's the one.
Thank you.
I've used it a few times.
I was doing a lot of work with them. I made a bunch of money with them in California. I haven't even tried to work with them here because it's just too much distance. But they might be paying more. I don't know. I'm like, during the winter, I'm not driving around looking at shit.
Hey, Victor,
Yeah.
for you. Did you ever think that like you were out property, met up with the owner, like leave a business card and say, hey, if the deal doesn't work out, I'm buying too?
I didn't hear the first part. You broke up.
Because you just gave me an idea, you know, maybe, you know, because I've been using them too. I probably used them like a handful of times already.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm in Miami and I'm looking at stuff in Atlanta. While I'm in Miami and I got nothing to do, I'm thinking maybe I can do that, but I'm thinking, what if I'm over there and I leave them a business card and say, hey, if the buyer doesn't, if the buyer backs out, I'm a buyer as well. I'll make an offer.
You can do that. I wouldn't leave a business card because that's kind of, you're competing with Velocity, and they actually in their documentation that you sign your agreement, it's kind of non-compete kind of thing. But what I would do is I would go into neighborhoods, and it would give me an excuse to drive into a neighborhood, and I would do stuff on the block. But I wouldn't do stuff at the house itself unless the owner came out.
I
just
thought
to save
Velocity,
integrity.
all they did was take pictures of houses. I didn't know they did anything else. Condition
That's
reports
basically-
and that.
Yeah, that's all you do basically is take pictures though. But they actually do a whole, CMN report for the people
Oh,
who
okay.
who contract them. But your job is only to take the pictures. Yeah.
And you leave like some comments, right? Like, oh, the neighborhood was nice, or the neighborhood was a dump.
Yeah, and there's some check boxes too with comments like gated community. I couldn't get in. Really nice area, close to whatever amenities, and they have some check boxes you can check, and then they also obviously have a comment box in case you see like you can say it's close to a railroad, across the street from a high school, or whatever, just stuff like that. Little easy comments. They don't grade you good or bad on that kind of stuff. Or I don't know, maybe they give you more work if they see that you're doing that and you're on time with all your stuff. Maybe, I don't know. There was no way to tell. I just assumed that I was just getting in the queue and I was getting deals when they were in my area.
What's it cost the client?
Like
I
six.
believe. What you say, Herbert?
I've paid I think like $65 for the for the one that
On the report?
Yeah, for the report that I always get.
When I just order pictures, I think I get 5 pictures, and I think it's $40 or $39 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I only use the pictures when I'm just checking to see if somebody's, flew the coop on one of my houses or whatever. If I'm doing a foreclosure or I'm looking for a tenant that did a move out on me, then I'm getting pictures because I'm just too far away.
Yeah.
So I'm not. Yeah. So that works out.
So you don't have to be a realtor to use that then.
Nope.
Okay. Cool. That's cool.
But once again, you wouldn't suggest that if I went to the property and the owner was there, like, hey, I'm a buyer too, in case these people don't go.
Yeah. Well. First of all, it's usually not a positive scenario, right? Like, you're not going there just because they chose to sell their house in most cases. A lot of times it's like most of what you do is you'll just be updating the file for banks and companies like that. Very few of them will be orders like for someone like you or Steve who ordered some pictures to be taken or whatever. Most of them will be to get updated information for banks and lenders to update their files and know the condition of their properties and stuff. And a lot of times, sometimes you'll get flack from people who are real, especially when you go to the C neighborhoods. They want to get real salty with you for taking pictures of their house and shit, because they probably doing something they don't want nobody to know about. So, there's that. So you just always let them know, look, I'm on public street because you never go in the yard or nothing. You take all that shit from the sidewalk, and I'll just ready to do a drive-by on their ass. Bye. Yeah, but yeah, you don't really want to, mix those things up. It's enough to just have them pay for you to go to certain areas, and then use that opportunity to go do some driving for dollars.
God.
Yeah, you don't really even have to be out of integrity at all, man. Just stay in integrity. Don't worry about bothering with that house. If you want, you're gonna have the pictures. You're gonna have the address. You can go home later and look it up and do whatever you do. But I definitely wouldn't approach anybody.
Okay.
Because now they can call back and say, well, this guy came and he was talking about buying a house, because they will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Steve, what you got going on? What you got going on house-wise? what are you doing for your business? How are you growing
All
right now?
I'm
or are
doing
you
right
making-
now is trying to keep my head above water with all these rentals I got.
Really?
I got loads of rentals down here in Florida, so I'm going back and forth. Tomorrow I'm in Kissimmee up by Disney, and we got a house there. So we're
Okay.
staying. My wife and I and my son are staying here for the time being, and
Okay.
we'll probably be here till probably April 1st.
So
But
when you say
I've got to
when you-
run down to Fort Myers tomorrow to a house I'm putting a roof on. So I mean, I'm getting that done. It's one thing after another. The houses are getting older. So starting the beginning of next month, I want to start trying to put them under contract and sell them. So everybody wants to buy them, but nobody's, of course, they got no down payment money, but you know what? I really, if I can put them under a contract, I really don't even give a damn about that. It's just papers.
Can I throw my name in the hat just when you get ready to sell? I'd love to take a look because I got buyers and I got fund buyers that are paying almost 100%.
I don't want them guys.
Yeah,
I
that's what a
want
lot of
people that are
say.
going to pay me monthly.
You want
be the
to
bank.
carry you want to carry paper? Okay, yeah. that's what
I
thought
want
you
to carry the paper. I don't
would.
want somebody.
I know how you do it. I know how
Yeah.
you do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give all this money to Biden. So
Yes.
Hey, Steve, if you ever want to sell them, sell it to me.
you betcha, no problem. I got just a house for you. Bring your pickup truck. Back it up to the property.
But I know,
I
I know,
thought you sold me a house, and I sold you firewood. With what you can spend $100,000 now down here in Florida, and you're getting nothing but firewood. I swear, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I'm planning to move to Florida.
Absolutely crazy, But it's still, I don't care what anybody says. It's an easy state to do business, and I think it's still a land of opportunity, really. And besides, my friend, the governor down here, is putting people on buses and shipping them up to Delaware. He was doing it the other day over in Fort Myers. So big coach buses, gigantic, So he's not playing, this guy. So is what it is. Anyways, all right, boys. Anything else to report here tonight? Could be a short night. Victor, thanks for stopping in, man. Good to see you.
Oh man, always great to see you guys, man. I love stopping in your show.
Yeah. Mag,
Yes.
keep smiling, man. You're my hero.
I'm
And
good.
Hey,
Rob,
real
you,
quick,
brother.
Herbert,
Yeah.
you say you're in Atlanta, man. I'm buying in Atlanta. If you got anything, let me take a look at it. If you're looking for buyers in the area, at least let me let me shoot my shot.
Got like 3 deals right now.
All right. Well, we need
within
to
the
connect.
metro area.
All right, we need to connect.
Okay, I'll write you an email tonight, and then by tomorrow morning I'll send you some of the information.
Okay, yeah,
I
cool.
got stuff
yeah,
around Atlanta.
make sure you send me the zip codes and stuff.
Okay, I'll send you the addresses for sure.
Okay, cool, perfect. Yeah,
I got 4 houses in Georgia, all around Atlanta.
but you don't sell your houses.
Forest Park, Stone Mountain. I got another one. I think it's right smack in the middle of Atlanta. And I got another one up north, Effeter or something like that. No,
Park. I used to live in Forest Park.
yeah, Forest by the airport.
Yep.
Yeah. There was buying when there was blood in the streets, man. I don't think I spent $10,000 on a house down there.
I bought one.
Crazy.
Bought that one lease option for 45 grand for 115. I put like 25 into it. Sold it for
Yeah.
150. Yeah, I had it for like 2 years. I was Airbnb in at one point. I even ended up living in it before I moved back to Florida.
Yeah.
How did you like the Airbnb game?
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have a property. So I bought that one with a lease option, and then second property that I got option. The only property that I've gotten subject to, I still own it, and I currently Airbnb that. It's in Atlanta as well, and I'm doing it from here.
What's the upfront
Amazing.
cost like? Is that your biggest expense on the Airbnb tip? Is the upfront cost to get it ready and furnished and looking good?
I had a lot of furniture because we were staging houses when we were flipping, so that wasn't
Nice.
of a
That's
problem.
a nice jump start.
Yeah, my biggest expense is the cleaning lady, because I got to pay like $60 and it's maybe like 10 turns a month, so like
Oh
600 bucks.
wow, $600 a month. Yeah. Wow.
But
Do you
60
give
bucks-
them a minimum amount of days they got to rent for?
no, I don't have any too many restrictions like that. No,
Do they pay for your cleaning person if they come in and rent for one night?
they pay $80, and I pay her $60.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
$80
what's wrong
on
with
top. That's just the cleaning fee on top of their room rate or their house
Correct.
rate.
yep.
Nice.
You
Very
pay a
cool.
manager to manage the whole thing?
No,
No,
I,
you
do,
just do. What's that?
I do it from my
do.
cell phone, the Airbnb app. I wish I had more.
Why don't you do some more rentals and do it?
You know, I kick myself every time I think about all the houses that I wholesaled and fixed and flipped. I wish I would have kept them. So I didn't have.
And Airbnb them, huh?
Yeah. The way that
How
Especially
about-
if you got furniture.
How about around Atlanta with condos that are, you know, can you rent out condos to Airbnb?
I'd
A
assume
lot
they
of them.
do, as long as the associations don't have
Yeah,
anything
it depends on the CC&Rs.
Yeah.
against the HOA.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I never got involved with that. I wanted to, and I talked and talked and talked. I never got it off the ground. That's just. I mean, how many oars can you keep in the water, man? You know?
Right.
Good looks,
Sometimes
Steve.
How many?
it's just
Did you say oars or whores?
oars,
Oh, sorry.
boat
Okay,
oars.
my-
You know, we're rowing the boat.
I was a
Okay,
little
yeah,
confused
I-
about that too.
No, Victor, you got to get out more.
I'm not sure what
Victor.
business we're talking about
Yeah,
now.
right.
All right, Victor's got to get out more. I
Right.
printed something tonight
He's
about
at the
a
right
town
place.
in Germany. Wait a minute.
The dopamine is kicking in.
Yeah. All right, listen.
Right.
I printed something tonight. I can't find it. It's on my Facebook thing. There's a town in Germany that changed their name recently. And the name of the town was fucking. F-U-C-K-I-N-G. So they were talking about changing the name and they finally did. Type it into Google and say
Yeah.
fucking comma Germany. And you'll see it.
Was it spelled PH?
No. That's the real word.
F.
Yeah, that's the real word.
Yeah,
So-
because Germans don't use PH. They use actual F, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, FU with asterisk. Something.
No, it's a regular word. It was right there on the map. I'm looking at the map and go, are you kidding me? This thing's here? Yeah.
You
All
ever been
right,
to Germany?
boys. Yeah. Type it in if you get a chance. There it is. There it is.
There it is.
You can't make this stuff up, man. I'm telling you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Strange.
See?
Yeah,
You get
there it
everything.
is.
You get everything on your show, Steve.
Telling you,
Strange
we
times.
no holds barred, and we had look at that. That's the sign going into the town. What's wrong with that? Cheap is creep.
I bet you they are fucking too. You know Germans.
Yeah, man. What can I tell you? This is what it is.
Right.
This is what it is.
Yep.
Justin's having fun. He's gonna remember that one.
I found my next vacation spot.
Yeah. They're changing the name though. You don't know what the new name is gonna be.
It's
It's gonna
only
be
a subtle
Over
hint.
Town or something like that. Over the hill, you know. All right, boys and girls. No girls in here tonight, boys.
All right.
You know, bring somebody up to the table and maybe can use this, be one of our
Yeah.
subscribers. That's why we do this for free on Monday nights.
Yeah.
So come on, guys,
Mhm.
sign up somebody this week. See what you can do to get that done. And I want to thank you all for coming on tonight. Meg, Hervac, Rob, my brother Victor. the
Yes,
coach,
sir.
And Justin. You guys will have a great night. You guys take care.
Good
Have a
to
happy
see
one.
everybody.
Thanks.
Thanks, Steve.
Take care, bud.